Good morning, it's day 6 here in Edinburgh. And it looks like it's going to be a sunny one.
I've resisted McDonald's. I've gone for a healthy chicken noodle salad. I'm now on my way to watch Frenzical, the musical. This should be interesting. Basically, the stage gave it 1 star, saying that it was probably the worst reading that Tim Burno's seen. He also said that out of the 6 actors who play the leads, 4 of them were great or good, 2 of them were terrible. Which I don't know which is worse. Like, I mean, for them, you'll be sat there thinking, which is it? Which one? Anyway, Jordan Fox is playing Joey. I've known Jordan for a few years, since he first did Loserville at the Union and then went on to be in Kinky Boots for 3 years, understudying the part of Charlie. So he's great. So I'm looking forward to seeing it and looking forward to seeing him if he's around after. I'll try and grab him for a little hug. So apparently Frenzical isn't on today. It must be their day off. So I won't be going to watch it. I'll probably catch it tomorrow. Oh well. I'm literally getting fed up of people walking into me. Rant over. So this is Fringe Central, which is very busy today. This is basically where people come and meet, and you can use the resources. There's photocopying here, internet. I don't really know what's going on down there. Oh, she's got sweets on her desk. I might go and check that out. Just got some people casually, well, I think they're warming up or just stretching. This is what they call the respite room, which is gorgeous. Yeah, basically you can come down here, just hang out, chill out, sleep on a corner if you need to. I did my interview yesterday with the cast of I Wish My Life Were Like a Musical here, and it's a great space. So I just went to meet my friend Andrew Thomas, who set up the website West End Frame a few years ago. He is the inspiration behind that stagey blog and has now started his own podcast, West End Frame, which is all about theatre news. We went for a little crepe on his last day here at Edinburgh Fringe and then bumped into West End producer. Clash of the Icons. Iconic. So I did it again, went to the wrong venue. I'm on my way to see the Choir of Man and went to where they were last year. Apparently they're not there this year. Anyway, luckily I was early, so I've still got time to get there. Oh, I think that's the queue, it looks big. Woo!
Don't ever look back. Get your heart racing, leave my skin tight jeans, be your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me, in my skin tight jeans, be your teenage dream tonight. Makes me feel like I'm living in a teenage dream. The way you tell me I can't sleep. Let's run away. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. He's a lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. So I repeat myself. At the risk of being crude, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. There's 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back jack on someone's side. How long can we look at each other? Tell the girl on the go. You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Oh, 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 oh. We're not hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. If I
So I've just been to see Choir of Man. This show is incredible. It's in its third year here in Edinburgh. I saw it last year and fell in love with it. I saw it twice and bought the CD. And not just because my mate Denis is in it and my mate Tom. They are back again, having toured the world with this show. It is so good. They literally... It's a choir, as it sounds, of 9 men, and they rework songs from Adele, Chandelier, all these classic songs reimagined for a choir of men, and it's brilliant. Honestly, I cannot get enough of it. It feels like a spiritual event when you're watching it. I was sat, fortunately today, front row. So I could literally smell him, if I could smell. I would watch this show over and over again. And I want this show to come to the West End because it's brilliant. Underneath the songs, they have a subtext. Each song has a subtext which refers to mental health. There are so many themes that resonate when you're watching this show. And this look at the state of the assembly hall. It's huge. Last year, they were down the road where the Spice Girls are now, and this year, they're here. And look at the queue. That show was sold out, and quite rightly, because it's brilliant. So I don't know if you can see, but just behind me up there is Edinburgh Castle, and they've got the tattoo on. Don't really know what it is, but I should really know. I should find out. I should go. Maybe I will. So you can just about make out the beacons flashing, and then if you come at the right time, you see the fireworks. I think I've just missed them. So I'm just stood here casually on the street corner outside the Apple shop because it's the only place I can get Wi-Fi in this bloody city. So I'm now on my way to the next venue, walking through this park, which is a bit dark and probably not particularly safe to be doing alone at night at 10 o'clock. But needs must. Oh, there's more people. So I made it through the park without getting attacked. I'm here at Greenside Parish Church, which is the venue of the next play I'm seeing. Oh, okay, so, bit of sunshine. A one-woman show written and performed by Nicole Zwelbach. I actually feel quite angry coming away from this performance, and I'll tell you why. I think, if I'm honest, it was handled very I think it was irresponsible, and it was about. Okay, so it tackles the subject of eating disorders, which is something I have direct experience with because one of my best friends suffers with an eating disorder. Now I came up here last year to Edinburgh and saw a brilliant production called 3 Years, 1 Week and a Lemon Drizzle by a friend of mine called Alex, who also struggled with an eating disorder. And in her production, she spoke about her own disorder and enlisted her sister. Now I actually did a post-show Q&A with the girls, which is on my website if you want to see that. Now with this, it just felt like, I don't know honestly whether Nicole has written this from her own experiences. I suspect she hasn't, because she was playing a character. And obviously, eating disorders are something that everybody can have, and we are all different. Now, obviously, earlier in this week, I saw Alex Griffer in Ripped, which, hands down, so far has been the best play that I've seen while I've been here. It's brilliant, and obviously that tackles the sensitive subject of male rape, which Alex has really well researched and constructed a very brilliant piece that's sensitive and authentic. With this play, I just think it was heavy-handed. It's been directed by 2 people, which is rare for a one-woman show to have 2 directors. And again, why I'm shocked, because it's fair enough for someone to write something and put it on themselves and to not necessarily have any guidance or external influence. In this case, she's had 2 people advise her. In the product, and the end product seems very ill-advised. The whole play felt like it was designed and intended to try and shock. Like she was trying to affect the audience. There were some howling stories woven into the text which completely did not land. I think it was down to her performance as well. There's a thing that a lot of inexperienced actors do, which is present rather than feel. Nicola is an accomplished and confident actress, and she delivers the lines and commands the stage. But I didn't believe that she felt anything she was saying. If anything, she was quite jovial, which might have been the character and the intention behind it. But when you're presenting a character who should be struggling with her eating disorder, and you present her as confident, it just jarred, and it didn't create empathy. And I think what I learned from Alex earlier in the week when I discussed afterwards, he affected his audience. He spoke about how he heard audibly people in the audience being affected. I looked around the audience tonight and nobody was being affected. If anything, it was deadly silent. And she also used this weird thing where she kind of incorporates the audience and enlisted them to embody the characters, which I've seen when I was at drama school. We used a technique of, if you're in a one-man show and you have to deliver a line to someone that's not there, for the benefit and purpose of the exercise, we used to borrow a student or somebody else in the class, and we'd present the speech to them and then take them out. It felt like she was doing that exercise in this, and it completely detracted from the piece, because she was projecting these lines onto these audience members. And a hugely conflicting thing about this piece in particular was, you should come away not knowing whether this was Nicole's actually her own story or not, but I came away quite certain that it's not her story, because she just was not convincing. Now, if you saw my interview with Alex earlier in the week, where I talked about his performance and his well-being, and I spoke about how visibly you could see how he was affected by his performance. When watching Nicole, I had no concerns. She came on stage confident and sassy. She left unaffected. And even one of the directors, I think it was Katie, came on at the end and again was quite jovial with the audience. Now, by this point, the audience should be affected, and if anything, you should be sensitive to this and to anybody in the audience who might have been affected. And although she was handing out these flyers for BEAT, which is a charity that helps eating disorders, it feels like they've just Googled that and decided, oh, we better put a bucket at the end to help people. No, that's not how you do it. If you're going to put a piece like this on, then you need to be prepared that in that audience there might be people it might affect, and you have a responsibility to ensure that they're okay. And I just don't feel that there's been any care taken by this production. I'm glad I saw it. And I'm glad it had some effect on me. Like I said, I don't think it was a desired effect. And I don't think they'll appreciate what I'm going to be saying about it. But then they are a young, new company. And part of the reason I am being so forthright and frank is that going forward, this is the problem. When you have this is a problem with Edinburgh Fringe completely. Like, it is a great opportunity for people to go out and create their own work, but you have a responsibility within that to safeguard the people who are going to watch that work. And if you're going to tackle sensitive subjects, you have to be so mindful of who is going to watch them. And it just felt like they were presenting this topic because it was trendy, which isn't right. I'll write about this more in my blog because I don't feel I'm able to articulate how I feel or what I mean. But for now, it's been an interesting day. I had a lovely time meeting my friend Andrew and talking about our blogs. Had a great evening watching Choir of Man, who I absolutely love. And then, an interesting evening seeing this play. I'm now going to go and get some sleep. And then tomorrow is another day.